The clock read 117 in the morning when Mateo Rivas felt his world quietly begin to collapse. There were no screams, no warnings, just a cold, sinking feeling in his chest as he stood in the doorway, watching his three little daughters sitting at the table, smiling as if nothing was wrong, as if time wasn't slipping through his fingers. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in unexpected miracles, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Kindness Vibes, because this story is going to touch your heart. Mateo looked like a man who had everything: success, a beautiful home, and a life that seemed perfect from the outside. But behind the polished wooden walls filled with framed photos of his daughters, there was a constant, unspoken fear. Alma, Vega, and Noah had been born with a rare condition that slowly weakened their bodies. Every single day was a gift and a countdown. That morning felt different. The air carried something heavy, something unspoken. The nanny Salma had prepared a small rainbow cake, trying to bring a bit of joy into a home that had long been filled with hospital visits and quiet tears. The girls laughed softly, their eyes glowing with innocence. Mateo tried to smile, but deep inside, something was breaking. As he stepped closer, he froze. Seeing them sitting side by side like that, it felt like a moment frozen in time, like something he would remember forever. His heart tightened, not just with love, but with guilt. Guilt for not finding a cure. Guilt for not being strong enough to save them. For months, Mateo had searched relentlessly. He had spent everything: money, time, energy, traveling to different cities, meeting specialists, chasing hope wherever he could find it. But every answer had been the same: there was no cure. Only time. And that time was running out. What no one knew was that Mateo had made a desperate choice. The night before, he had agreed to an experimental treatment, something unapproved, risky, and uncertain. It was his last option. That very night, his daughters would be secretly taken to a private facility. The truth was terrifying. The treatment could save them, or take them away forever. The hours passed slowly. Mateo forced himself to act normal, sitting with them as they leaned forward and blew out the candles on their small rainbow cake. The girls closed their eyes and made a wish. Mateo didn't need to ask what it was, because he had been wishing for the same thing every single day. As the sun began to fade, so did the light in the room. The laughter softened. The energy shifted. It was time. The transfer was quiet and swift. No one outside that house knew what was happening. Mateo signed the consent papers with trembling hands. Each signature felt like he was gambling with fate. Then night fell. The bright lights of the operating room turned on, and Mateo was left alone in a cold, empty hallway, facing the silence. Memories flooded his mind: every laugh, every hug, every moment that could have been the last. For the first time in his life, the man who controlled everything had no control at all. Time stopped meaning anything. Minutes felt like hours. Hours felt endless. Until finally the door opened. The doctor stepped out, his face unreadable. Mateo's heart nearly stopped. He couldn't breathe. He wasn't ready to hear the words that could destroy him. But then, something unexpected happened. The doctor smiled. The procedure had worked. Against all odds, against every prediction, the girls were stable. Their bodies had responded. It wasn't a complete cure, not yet, but it was hope. Real, undeniable hope. Mateo dropped to his knees, overwhelmed with emotion. Tears streamed down his face, but for the first time in a long time, they weren't from fear. They were from relief. That night didn't just save his daughters. It changed him. He realized that even in the darkest moments, hope can appear when you least expect it. That sometimes miracles don't come with certainty, but with courage. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it, because someone out there might need this story today. And before we end, write in the comments, never lose hope. Because sometimes, just when everything feels like it's ending, something beautiful begins.